Well, this is something a little bit different. To begin with, my name's Carolyn Tice, and I teach Social Work Policy 360, which is the second course in a 2-course sequence in social policy for undergraduate social work students. So of course the question always is, oh Tice, why do we have to take 2 courses in social policy when I really want to help people? And I have to first ground them in the fact that social policy is very important. And in particular, I teach one technique. It's called problem framing or mapping. And this is a skill that's often taught in business school. I learned it at Wharton School. And I adapted it to social work so that students begin to take a look at a problem, causes and effects, and as a result, draw a web. It requires higher level thinking. It requires reflection. And I have found through the years, the problem is I don't seem to be conveying that information well enough face to face. Or I do it, I have to do it again, and then students still come in during my office hours and ask for explanations. So I'm thinking this would lend itself, I think, to hybrid. It would lend itself to some kind of format where the students could kind of replay, take notes, try it out, come back into class and discuss it. So this is the problem that I thought I've had over the years, and I used this as an opportunity to deliver a new way of presenting the material. Interestingly enough, I've put this on my blackboard for this semester so that the students, I'm delivering it orally already, but I've asked the class to look at it in a WIMBA classroom so that I have kind of I can get a bit of an evaluation similar to what you're talking about as to how the students are responding and how they're gathering the information that I hope that they learn. So if everything works, I'm asking you to look at my deliverable. And I kept it to about 1.5 minutes in the framework, although I have a second version that's about 6 minutes long. So you'll see very quickly that my career would not be in radio. But
Hello, welcome to Problem Framing. The answer is in the web. The purpose of this session is to introduce you to an essential technique involved in problem development and analysis that's critical for social workers to understand. What do I mean by problem framing? Problem framing maps your perceived ideas and beliefs about a particular problem in relation to cause and effect. I think problem framing is a simple process that allows you to unravel particularly complex problems. The process is outlined for you on the following screen. It begins with understanding the problem situation and listing it, then thinking about all the causes related to the problem and how those causes interact with one another and the problem in particular. Once you've done that, think about the effects of the problem, the relationship between the various effects, and also the relationship between the causes and the effects. You can map or indicate those relationships with arrows and lines. Once you understand the process, I ask that you visit the website I provided for you. In preparation for our next class, visit the website and consider all the causes and the effects of the problem of battling homelessness. And to help you examine homelessness, I've provided you with the front page of a website that I ask that you visit. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in our next class.
for whatever reason, we had it that like the website came up next so that they could actually see this website. Why it didn't transfer today, I'm not quite sure.
There's a setting in there, Carolyn, and it does get a little confusing with a lot of the windows in Limbo, which I find myself get a little confused, is that you have to designate, is this going to open up in a new window or in the main content frame? And that's what you want to do, is select in the main content frame, and then they'll see that.
That would explain that.
Yep.
So that they can, the students can actually see the main page of this website and recognize it when they go to it. So I solicited feedback from students as well as a colleague, and what people are saying is that I need to feel comfortable elaborating and discussing material outside of the slides to vary my conversation a bit. They commented on the missing page, but they thought that that would really be helpful to begin to familiarize themselves with the website. And they thought maybe some kind of visuals other than the writing might be helpful to break up the print. The positive side is they appreciated the logical order. They thought that it was clear and concise. They were able to repeat the classroom presentation over and over again so that they could gain clarification. They actually commented that the Jersey dialogue wasn't so bad, that it was clear and concise, and maybe a little bit slower than I am in the classroom, so that was good. And the students thought that they could take notes. They had this in front of them. They were able to take notes, play it back, and they felt prepared for the next class. So actually all the goals that I hoped to achieve in this small presentation were achieved. So, and I learned a new application, which was helpful. In terms of the overall redesign effort for this class, I teach this class face-to-face 1 night a week. I'm going through and lifting what I think to be the appropriate material that would lend itself to a hybrid format. And I'm doing that myself, but I'm also going back and looking through my blue evaluation forms from students, seeing what their comments were, and also the SECQs to see if there's anything I can glean from them to maybe help improve the course. A small group of students have volunteered to sit down with me with the syllabus and indicate some of the material that they think that they would have appreciated being delivered through a hybrid format, which I think is very generous of them and their time. I'm going to review this with my colleagues. Another person teaches this course on this campus and another on the Shady Grove campus as well, along with Katie Morris, to see if the students and the evaluation forms and we're all on the same page. And then I'm going to make a timeline because, as you mentioned, Alan, things just slip away so quickly. So that periodically I'm just designing the course from now to winter session and learning new techniques along the way. So that's the process.
Well done.
Okay.
And thanks for the help, but this has really been a great opportunity.
I have to say, I'm dying at some point to see a conceptual map.
Right.
That would have been the one thing I would love to have seen.
The timeline?
No, the conceptual map.
Oh, the map, yeah, they'll do that in class. Oh, add that to this.
I would love to see it.
Or is it just because ours is so shortened?
Yeah, it's shortened, you know, I actually have a map designed on my current Blackboard,
Okay,
but
so
I was
it's
just
6
trying to
minutes.
keep it to the minute or so that I have for the
See,
livable
I
today.
think you're doing great on time. You know, most times when I see this, they're 10, 20 minutes long, you know, so this is great. But I think you have enough time
Okay,
where if you were to just have a slide, here's what a conceptual
Yeah,
map
that would
looks
be-
like,
that-
and
that would be perfect.
here's how I developed it.
Yeah.
yep,
That would be the payoff right
Okay.
there.
Same thing Barry said,
Yeah,
when you went from slide to slide, ooh, there should be one right there.
yep,
yeah.
it's perfect,
it's-
thank you.
it's-
Anticipate.
Yeah, you built us up to now be the exemplar.
See, you're on the edge of your seats. in
Exactly,
other words.
exactly, yeah, well done,
right.
well done.
Cool.
Good. So, yes, questions?
Well, comment. The one thing about the amount of information you have on the slides, I would agree with the colleague or student who mentioned that maybe it's too close.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't have a lot of information on the slides and you talking about something, not something else,
Yeah.
but something on top of it, because then I find myself trying to read and see how it relates, so it's a lot of work. I like the idea of visuals,
Yeah,
and maybe if you're going to have the text, just like really the key points.
Right.
But if you're using your voice, I guess the most important part is the voice, and the PowerPoint would be just the support. So as you're saying something, maybe a bullet point appears. with
maybe like the process slide could be less dense in
Yeah.
terms of, and I could talk them through that a little bit more.
Yes.
because it's your presence and your expertise combined into one through your voice that amplifies what we're seeing on the screen as maybe an outline. And then like that, and then that payoff slide, here's a conceptual map. You kind of walked us through, and I could absolutely see students wanting to then replay it. Yeah, that's good. All right, we need to move on, so well done.